Imagine a plate of tender, juicy pork chops blanketed in a rich, savory gravy that's so good, you'll want to grab a spoon to savor every last drop. Smothered pork chops aren't just comfort food, they're the kind of meal that turns an ordinary evening into something special. Whether you're cooking for family, friends, or just yourself, this dish is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. The magic of smothered pork chops starts with the meat itself. Bone-in pork chops are the way to go if you want maximum flavor and tenderness. The bone helps keep the meat juicy during cooking and adds a depth of flavor that's hard to beat. Look for chops that are about 1 inch thick to strike the perfect balance between a quick cooking time and a moist, tender result. Now let's talk about the seasoning. A good seasoning mix is the foundation of any great pork chop recipe. Salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and paprika create a simple yet flavorful base. Want to kick it up a notch? Add a pinch of cayenne for heat or some dried thyme for an herby touch. Generously coat both sides of the pork chops and let them sit for a few minutes to absorb the flavors. The next step is searing. Heat a bit of oil in a heavy skillet, cast iron is ideal, until it's shimmering. Sear the pork chops for about 3 to 4 minutes per side, or until they develop a beautiful golden brown crust. Don't skip this step, that crust not only locks in juices, but also adds an incredible depth of flavor to the dish. Now comes the star of the show, the gravy. Start by sautéing onions in the same skillet until they're soft and golden. Sprinkle in a bit of flour and cook it for a minute or two to create a roux, which will thicken the gravy. Slowly whisk in chicken broth, scraping up all those flavorful brown bits from the bottom of the pan. Finish with a splash of heavy cream for richness and season to taste with salt and pepper. Once the gravy is ready, nestle the pork chops back into the skillet, spooning some gravy over the top. Cover the pan and let everything simmer gently for about 20 minutes, or until the pork chops are tender and fully cooked. This step allows the flavors to meld together and soak into the meat. Smothered pork chops are best served with classic sides like mashed potatoes, rice, or even buttery noodles to soak up all that luscious gravy. A side of steamed green beans or roasted carrots adds a pop of color and freshness to the plate. So, are you ready to elevate your weeknight dinners with this ultimate comfort food? What twists would you add to make these smothered pork chops your own? Share your ideas and favorite serving suggestions in the comments below. Let's get inspired together.